Okay, I wanted to talk about my experience with the 2024 YZ250F, talking about getting more low-end power and also some of the maps, the available maps that are available for this bike. So I got the bike instantly. I loaded the Chris Kiefer passive aggressive map on the bike, and that's the map I had loaded on the bike. I think I had smooth linear as the map 2 on the bike. So that is what I started off with. Just real quick, I came off a 2019 YZ250F and then went to this bike. The thing I noticed most about this bike was when I rode, especially got it onto a motocross track, did a couple sessions, I'm like, man, there's no low-end power on this bike. It was pretty much gone. Kind of disappointed. I'm like, man, what do I need to do to get a 450? I really don't want to get a 450. I like 250. So was a little concerned. Went out and did a couple sessions on that map, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to try some of these other maps. And I can tell you right now, the biggest thing that made the biggest difference and brought back a lot of that low-end power, in my opinion, is I tried that hard-hitting map from Yamaha. And these are all the maps I could find that are readily available. The hard-hitting map from Yamaha, the linear torque from Yamaha, smooth linear from Yamaha, and then Chris Kiefer's two maps that he recommends. But that hard-hitting map made a big difference. I tried all 5 of these maps. I played around with them a little bit. I'm going to do some more testing with them, but like I said, first riding with that Chris Kiefer passive-aggressive map, I'm like, man, where's the low-end power? I am a little bit of a lazy rider. I like to lug the bike a little bit, and man, you could not do it with that map. And yeah, you could scream it like a 125, keep it in the higher revs, and it was pretty good. But if you were down too low and didn't realize you were in too high of a gear, and man, there was just nothing down low. So I love that hard-hitting map. And not only for the low-end power that it brought back to the bike, but also, man, it just felt really strong mid-range and top too. I mean, this thing just, it doesn't scream, but it I don't know what that noise you'd call in a 4-stroke, but it pulls hard on that hard-hitting map. It is very loud. The bike is extremely loud. Blaring loud, but you can just feel that bike pull hard with that hard-hitting map. So that's the map I'd recommend to give you some more low-end power back for sure. I know a couple guys have kind of been tough on this bike as far as, I think that guy from Moto Academy, AJ, I don't remember his last name, he was not impressed with the motor. I was not impressed with the motor at first initially. I don't know if he's tried that map, but that map made a big difference. A couple other things that really helped this bike are getting a vented airbox. This one's from Cycra. It's kind of nice. Rather than just drilling a bunch of holes in it yourself, it's got this vented airbox, which you can, you got these plugs. Again, it's from Cycra. So you can throw these plugs into when you're washing the bike, or if it's super silty, super sandy, you could throw these plugs in, which is a nice little deal. If you just drill a bunch of holes in it, it's only $30. This is like a $30 cover, which I didn't think was too bad. And Cycra makes good stuff, so I'm happy with that. Anyway, that helps venting that airbox, definitely. Maybe that's another reason why it's so dang loud. But the other thing that I did on this bike to bring back a little bit more low-end power is, and this is obviously pretty widely known, of course, at this point, just using the 450 Airbox off of a 2023, 24, 25 YZ450F. And it's a little bit smaller volume airbox. In order to accommodate that, you need to get this adapter though. And this is from Williams Moto Works, WERX. And really nice quality piece this guy made, by the way. It's got a nice recess on it for the bracket, the head pipe bracket, the way it's recessed, the flange is recessed to accommodate that bracket. He's got an O-ring built into it. I mean, it really fit just like it was meant from the factory. I mean, this guy makes a nice quality piece. The fitment was perfect. Everything lines up just perfect with this spacer, this adapter spacer for the air, this air boot. And that'll allow you to use the YZ250F Airbox, which is smaller. So just a real quick note on that, when I did that, I did notice some more low end power. It wasn't drastic, but I did notice that that helped. I mean, you know, it was noticeable. So that's another thing you can do. So that's what I'd recommend to get more low end power out of this bike is this is a great little adapter using that 450 Airbox. You know, make sure you vent your Airbox cover. This one's from Cycle, it worked well, and then that hard-hitting map from Yamaha. I did like some of those other maps as well. If the track was slippery, muddy, I liked the, let me show you real quick. So right now I've got map 1 is the hard-hitting map, and then I got that linear torque and the smooth linear. I also like those maps too. Again, Chris Kiefer, I love the guy. He's awesome. He makes a lot of good videos and great information he shares. And I had his map on my 2019 YZ250F, and I love that map on there. But honestly, for low end power, and I you know, his intention on that map was probably something completely different. I was looking for more low end power, and I didn't find it with those maps. But the hard hitting map definitely brought back that low end power. So if that's what you're going for, give that a try. It'll make a big difference. A couple other quick things on this bike that will help. Obviously, get your suspension set up. You know, get the right spring rates is going to make a big difference. Set your race sag, you know, 105. Set your static sag. I've got, you know, I use Race Tech's calculator. I got a KYB Technical Touch. I'm a pretty heavy guy. I've got a heavier rate spring in the back from Technical Touch KYB, and I've got some Race Tech springs, heavier springs in the front, so that will help a ton. Make sure you set your suspension up. I am a little bit taller rider, so I do have some Fastway pegs. These are just the Fastway extension pegs. They're the new ones they came out with, but I like those pegs. They brought it down a little bit. I want to say about 1 centimeter down. So that helps me. I'm 6'2". I'm also going to throw these 25 brackets on here, although now that I'm looking at this, if you guys can see that, kind of the difference there, you can almost just, I'm thinking you can almost get a Dremel tool and maybe cut this down yourself. I don't know. I'll give it a try on these brackets and see if I can do it, make it look clean. Myself, but you can kind of see the difference between this 2025 foot peg bracket, this right here where they've got it shaved basically off a little bit, versus the 2024 bracket. And you know, I did notice my boots were sitting up on there a little bit, and it was a little bit annoying. So I'm gonna throw those on there. So foot peg, I'm gonna do those foot peg brackets. I just got those. The other thing I plan on doing with this bike is getting a Guts Racing seat, probably the wing seat, just so again, I'm a little bit taller. Maybe I can grip with my knees a little bit better on the bike. And then also this, I mentioned it before, but this exhaust is loud. So I'm gonna try a FMF Q4 exhaust when I get some money. Those are some other things I've done to the bike. So just again, back on low end power, there are other options. I think that guy that does all the Dunlop tire installs, I forget his name, Jay something, Whiskey Throttle, I think. He did a video. He had the, he has the Twisted Development dual fuel injectors on his 24 YZ250F. And I know that would help a ton, and I'm sure that would bring back all the low end power. Like I said, this bike, the way it's set up now with that hard hitting map and this smaller airbox, it's not quite as much low end power as my 2019 YZ250F was, and the 19 through 23s were very similar. But it's good. It's livable. I enjoy riding the bike. It's fun. It's it's not, like I said, it's not quite as much low end power, but I like this bike a lot. It made it a lot funner to ride for me. But anyway, that twisted development dual injector kit, I'm sure that would help a ton. But the thing is, it's like I want to say $3,300, something like that. Don't quote me on that. And then also twisted development, you can get a Vortex ECU tune from them with their own adapter for the smaller 450 Airbox as well. And I want to say that's around $1,100. That just was quite a bit more money than I wanted to spend after spending as much money as I already spent on this bike. I do have a how-to video on how to put this guy on, by the way. I have on my channel. If you want to, it's pretty straightforward, but if you want to see that. Other than that, on this bike, you know, like I said, I'm going to get probably a seat still, and I'm going to get a chain guide. I hate the junk aluminum chain guides. A couple other quick, I'm going to try that Q4 exhaust when I can afford it. This bike wear some earplugs, especially if you're younger and you've got good hearing. You want to save that. Trust me, you'll blow out your hearing, you younger guys, if you don't take care of it. Take care of your hearing. Another thing I do on all my bikes, just real quick, I change out the lock nut, swing arm lock nut for the chain adjuster to titanium, because I always strip those out. I got these on just eBay. There's the size. Just gotta make sure you get the S12 so that your spanner wrench is a 12 millimeter. You don't want like a 13 or a 14. That's kind of annoying. So make sure you get the S12 titanium. That's another thing I would recommend on all my bikes. Also, a couple more quick things. Got some Pro Taper bars, which I like. Cycra hand guards, some arc levers, breakaway levers are always good to have. And then this graphics kit, just shout out to this guy real quick from Florida, this Image Graphics. He did a good job on this graphic kit. I wanted just the stock look, the stock anniversary edition. I wanted to keep it that way, but I wanted to protect the plastic. You can tell this is actually a full graphics kit, and it covers just about everything on the bike. It was very reasonably priced on eBay. Image Graphics. It looks just pretty much stock. The rear fender is completely covered. Front fender is completely covered. So check that out. I thought he did a good job on this graphics kit, especially for the price. So that's it, guys. Try that map if you haven't already. Maybe you've already figured that out. That Yamaha hard-hitting map made a big difference. The only drawback from this bike to my 19 is that maybe not quite as much low end power, but now it's pretty close. I feel good about it. But other than that, this bike, I love how much quicker it steers. I love the ergonomics are a little bit better for me. I'm taller. I like that it's narrower, and I'm just really happy with the bike at this point. So give that a try. Thanks.